Hey y'all, welcome to Daily 7, episode 7. It's your girl, Infamous Missy. I got my guy Ray with me today.
What's up? What's up?
How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Feeling good. Good, successful weekend. We missed out a little small opportunities, but overall it was pretty good.
Um, are you back to are you back to energy? Are you juiced up right now?
I ain't juiced up, but I'm just like it's kind of like I feel like doing All-Star weekend really helped us out as far as just like giving us a mindset that we in the right place and individual and also together we kind of on the right track and we on down the right path. So I wouldn't say juiced up. I would just say I'm more motivated than anything.
Oh yeah, I agree with you 100%. I mean, so Ray Ray flew up to Chicago. We drove down to Indy. Had a little hiccup. Didn't expect that snow. A normal 2.5 hour ride turned into 3.5 hours. But we made it.
Crazy.
And went to the first event we went to was Fabulous and Carisha hosted it. It was a cool little night party. That was kind of just to kick off the weekend. Saturday was cool. Oh, not to mention my boy Seth joined us. We did an interview with him on the way there, so look out
Super.
for that. That'll be dropping sometime this week. Super dope. Seth, shout out to you. Thank you for joining us. You were a pleasure to be around this weekend. Um, Saturday morning, we met up with my boy Boo. People know him as Bugatti. He was a rapper, basically discovered by R. Kelly, signed to Lil Wayne, played a little ball. He had a good story to tell us too, so we got that as well. Expect that coming out. I think that was dope for us to just vlog and sit there and like talk to people. People have stories to tell,
Facts.
and I'm I'm glad we were there to capture it.
Yeah, I think it was super dope just hearing just like the different stories, especially with like Set being from Ghana. He's from was from Africa and just kind of how he transitioned. And it's just like cool just because like interviewing or just having a I wouldn't even say it was an interview. It was just kind of like, just talking, just kind of being filled in about
We were just shooting
yeah, just shooting
on
the
the
shit.
ride there. It's a 3 hour ride. It was a 3 hour
Right.
ride, so might as well like you know what? Let's get some turn the camera on. Let's just kick it.
That's true.
Um,
Yeah.
that was pretty cool. And then same thing. We had breakfast with Boo, just to,
Yeah.
like
So just knowing his
tell me
story,
like talk to me, tell
somebody's
me what's
story and
up.
just transition is the dopest part, I think.
We went to this Hennessy event. It was a 2-on-2 with WNBA players. That was pretty dope that we checked out during the day. Um, I felt like half of it was a blur. I feel like half of it went by so fast, but some of it was a blur, if that makes sense. Um, I think my favorite part of the weekend, two things. Um, I got to meet my aspiration. So Dex Rob, he's known for Tyrod Taylor. He has a good, lineup of other athletes as well. But it was dope that I was able to just like, hey, like Ray, I think that's Dex Rob, and like we talk about him on the show. We talk about his clients on the show all the time, and it was dope just to have just to chop it up, have a conversation with him, and kind of pick his brain a little, without being intrusive. Of just like a lot of the stuff he was saying was stuff I already practiced and implement. So it was just a validation for me to see like, okay, I'm on the right track. I'm my level and skill set is very similar to his. He just has better clientele than I do at this moment. And then his mindset now of like, I don't want to do athletes anymore. I want to work for, NFL and NBA. Like I want to work for the companies. I want to work for
Right.
the major brands. Um, I think that was a dope perspective to see, that because he's been doing it for so long. Um, my that was my favorite highlight of the weekend was being able to meet him, chop it up with them. My second would be, I'm not gonna lie, I think that Hennessy party was the event of the weekend.
Yeah, I think it was just being
Like,
in
that
that
was pretty
atmosphere
dope.
and being in that environment with all those people. Like it was kind of like crazy for me because seeing the CEO of Hennessy just like right in my face taking a picture was like super super
The
crazy, and I
global
think
CEO
exactly
the global CEO of LVMH.
right.
This
It's
rich man
crazy.
around us, like, humble, "Hey, are you guys having a good time?" Like, I got a toast with him, like, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, super dope, super dope. And just seeing other people too. I think we seen the Earn Your Leisure guys and then Ian as well. He does earn your leisure with them with Market Mondays. But just seeing being in the same room in the same building as those people is just like, you going down the right track. Also like, actors and actresses that was there from Power and different things like that. It was just kind of like really, really dope just to be in that atmosphere and just being able
Yeah,
to
like, where we were at, Earn Your Leisure was to the left, Allen Iverson and,
oh
Sada
yeah,
Baby were in front of
Saturday.
us.
Yeah, Ellen
Um,
Iverson.
Don C was with Exclusive Game, who was with Fashion Geek Zoe, like, they had their own little table. Um, it was a lot going on, but it was a dope environment to be
Dope
in.
environment.
And like you said, it just makes it just reminds us, like, yeah, we're on the right track. Like, we are meant to be in these type of rooms. We're blessed to be in these type of rooms,
Facts.
and it's only up from here. And we're manifesting that we will be the ones either being sponsored for the parties or the ones throwing the parties next season. So
Facts.
let's
That's
backtrack
in the
next year.
book.
But that's my man for us for next year is we will be there, but we were gonna be there for sponsorship or our own events.
Facts. Facts. Yeah. Just overall, and then just not even that, not even just next year, even this year, we're just kind of planning events now, knowing what we need to do, because it was kind of like we did go on a limb, but overall, it made sense, and it was very, 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 just impactful for the both of us, and just overall, just being able to be in those rooms and stuff, but just understanding like now we just got to make sure we plan ahead, make sure we in certain events, make sure we still networking, making sure we following up with certain people that we did meet while we are there, and just so on and so forth. So I just think like just from here, not even, we got our goals for next year, but we do have the goals that we gonna, hit events this year as well too. So, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, like we went to some dope events.
yeah,
And just a PSA to people, when you have things like that in your city or like when you have major events like that, you should not pay for some of these events. Like a lot of the times it's all about branding and marketing. So everything is a sponsored event. Everything is an activation. Everything is either a guest list or an invite only type of party or event, um, or like a sign up. But those are meant for like there's so much corporate money that
fact,
was there that like that's why those events are free because that's part of their budget to market this audience for their brand.
right,
Like the NBA house was dope. The Grand Marnier event we went to that 2 Chains popped up and performed at, um, like these are all free sponsored events, and those are the type of things that you wanna get to that are, like, the cool, fun things to do, um, but definitely, like, keep that in mind. You should not be paying for the corporate stuff, so kinda figure out how you can get on the guest list for those type of events. And it could go from anything from Super Bowl to All Star Weekend to festivals to launches. Um, yeah, I mean, I would kind of pay attention to stuff like that because there's always like brands know that this weekend everybody's flying into town for this event. And, like in May, Formula One, like that's something in Miami that
facts.
the whole team will come to because there's gonna be so many different
So
activations
many,
and events. I went
right,
last year. I went to Last year I went to a Puma sponsored event for like the launch of the weekend because Puma sponsored Formula One. That ASAP Rocky also launched his Prince and Mercer Cognac that weekend as well. I got to meet June Ambrose and Emery. Like those were cool activations and events that you get to go to. So just kind of like if you've never been in that type of world, keep in mind like those are all free events. Those are all corporate sponsor events. Find someone or some way to get on the list. That's a start.
And then it's just all about, because you've been in the game a little bit longer than me when it comes to just, networking and stuff. So it's all about making yourself an asset so people can see that. Because, of course, like you were saying, free events, but they are invite only events. So you just got to make sure you're networking with the right people. And while you're there, you continue to network. Don't be kind of like starstruck. Because I know at first, like, especially when I seen like the CEO of Hennessy, I was like, damn, like, wait a minute, this is crazy. But like, just understanding, like, when you at those events, make sure it's impactful. Make sure you network and making sure you taking advantage of every opportunity that you have. So yeah, yeah.
Any takeaways, right?
I think my takeaway would be, and this is something that I need to work on because I'm a very reserved person. And for all you people that are reserved and laid back like myself, just kind of get out of your element. You know what I'm saying? Understand whatever you're there for, make sure you're there for that. And I wouldn't say that I wasn't present, but I was not as much as a talkative person as I should have been, just because I was just kind of like getting acquainted with the environment and different things like that. And then again, I was looking at it as an aspect of like, don't be don't be fanned out on some type, but kind of like you're there for a reason, and I had to understand that. So I think my takeaway would be just kind of like when I'm in those environments, be a little bit more talkative, because I mean I can hold conversations very well, but just kind of like understand that if you're in those specific rooms and it's invite only, you were put there for a reason. So kind of like take advantage, because I think my takeaway would be just like, be more approachable and talk a little bit more.
Yeah. You need to even you do this on the show too, like you keep your hood up and it's very um not like not opened not opening enough for people to approach you. So you have to be more approachable as well. Um and you gotta find your vice, bro. You gotta find your vice. Some way, somehow, if it's
Hey,
maybe
that
maybe it's
Hennessy
not
is not
drinking.
my vice. That Hennessy is not my
Maybe it's
vice.
not Hennessy, maybe tequila. We gonna find something for you. Maybe it's a girl. I don't know. Um, we gotta find a vice though, but because you can't sit there at like I hate to say, in order to network and to meet people, you gotta exchange drinks. I mean, like for example, for some of these foreign companies, I mean,
You got to, yeah. It's
that's
hard. It's
like
hard to get used to because I don't
you
drink. For
gotta
every
you
I
gotta learn.
meet, I don't drink. I don't
I
smoke. I don't do none of
but
that. So it's kind of hard. Hard. Yeah, it's super
you
hard.
gotta
But
figure
yeah,
something out because you
I gotta figure something out.
stuck.
Maybe I don't know. I don't know what it is, but I gotta figure something out. Gotta figure it out. What's your biggest takeaway of the just the overall of the
Um,
weekend?
few. I mean, like you know,
So what's your
my
biggest
moment that I
takeaway?
had
So
with that
you
girl.
were able to meet one of your, I would say, I don't like to use the word idols, but in this context I'm gonna give him his props because he is really dope. So you got to meet Dex Rob for the first time. What was your biggest takeaway from that conversation that you guys had, besides me not recording it? And that's on
We're not
me.
gonna
That's
go there. We're not gonna go there because I was upset and I even gave you the like, hey, turn on the camera. I mean, it was really insightful that his conversation with us made me feel like I'm just as good as him
right.
in the styling world because of my skills and my knowledge, that I'm just as talented as him. Um, it is a challenge being a woman in the industry, and I have to learn how to overcome that. It's saturated as well, and I love that he agreed with me when he said that not all stylists are stylists. Like, just because you shop for someone doesn't make you a stylist. Just because you buy the pieces for him and source for him doesn't make you a stylist. Did you make him an outfit head to toe? Did you accessorize? Did you look at proportions? Did you look at color schemes? Does it make sense? And for me, it was like these are conversations that I always call out when we have our when we break down our fits of the week, when we just talk about outfits and proportion on outfits, and this is too long, this is too wide, this is too skinny, this is the color, the texture. Just that, like, I always implement details are key, and we kind of think alike in that sense. So I love that he kind of validated me and how I think in that skill set and styling world, which is dope. Um, and then I just gotta get out of Chicago. So
Biggest thing. I
coming
always tell
somewhere
you that.
soon.
I mean, and it's not a bad thing. And I think, like, for me, I can never compare Chicago to Mobile because Chicago is a huge city. But that was like my biggest thing for me, like moving away from somewhere that I know that I got a lot of pull, that I know this person, that person. And for you, you've been all over the place, right? As well as me. And I think for you and for the both of us, but specifically speaking on you because I asked you the question, you're sometimes when you're a perfectionist, you don't see how close you are to where you want to be until you meet that person that is where you want to be, and you actually just right there, but you're so much of a perfectionist that you don't see it. And I mean, everything that I feel like everything that he told you was everything that you already know. So I just think it's like what I've been telling you all year. It's that year for you, right? It's that year for us. It's that year, but specifically for you because what you've been working on and what you've been aiming for and what you've been speaking is that year. So it's like now it's time to just kind of put the ducks in a row and just continue to execute like you've been doing. And then all of the biggest thing is find that place outside of Chicago to where you can continue to grow. And even if it's just like, you based in Chicago, but you traveling, you able to get to those markets and those places, you know what I'm saying? Those markets where you want to get to.
For
And I
sure.
think the biggest takeaway. And for me too, like me being in Miami, and I think like network more, be talkative more, like you said, find my vice, being able to do that stuff. Like we try to make everything so perfect, or we overthink things too much when we're just right there. We right there, but we just be needing that event or that person or that sign. It may be a sign within the day that help us get through and understand like, okay, we there. We right where we need to be. But I think that's for like everybody, like even the people that's watching, like if you're a perfectionist, like sometimes it's okay to stop and understand like, damn, I'm where I want to be. I may not be as high as where I want to be, but I'm right there, and I just need to just kind of like, breathe a little sometime, and that's all it takes. And I think us going to that event was us breathing and seeing like, damn, yeah, you where you actually want to be, because everything that he told you is everything that you're already doing.
It is. And when I tell you my social battery is low. You ain't gonna catch me for a minute. No, it was a lot. It was a lot. People don't realize I'm an outgoing introvert. I like to be at home and chilling. I can only, socialize for so much. And I felt like this weekend was one of those, like, I ain't got it in me no more. I ain't got it in me no more. Even right now, like, we got back yesterday. You were here too before you flew out. You saw me, okay, dropped you off at the crib so you could work so that I could go get back to my normal routine. Got to go to good groceries, got to meal prep and get my day situated for my regular routine throughout the week. Did my normal, went to the gym, went to work, and went straight to an event, which was actually super dope. Shout out to my girl Zah. She invited me to this paint and sip for a new Netflix movie called Mia Culpa, starring Kelly Rowland and Trevante Rhodes. I thought that was pretty dope. I've never painted and sipped before. And as we start painting, why Kelly Rowland and Trevante walk in? That was so dope. Air the clip when you can. But this was so dope. Just to have like them have this invite only um preview of their movie that comes out this week. I don't know who does. I mean, there's not a lot of artists, actors. I don't see that happen often. So that was pretty dope. I've never painted sipped. That was a first for me. Let me show you it. So it's a little sneak peek. Basically, I had models on display for us to paint and sip that
Okay.
was referring to a scene in the movie. So that's why they did that. Let me show you mine. It came out really cute. I've never done this before, nor am I an artist. So hold on.
Oh yeah, that's super dope. Oh
I don't
yeah,
know if you
that
can
was
tell what it
people that
is.
was sitting on the table, right?
Yeah. So the guy
Yeah,
and the girl, which is emulating us out of the movie, which is pretty dope. Um,
yeah, that's dope.
so check it out. That was cool. A first for me. But yes, back to same thing. There's tons of free events everywhere. You just kind of got to know the right people to have that access to it.
It's all about what you
But
know.
yeah,
It's all about who you know and not what you know.
it is. It's about who you
Yeah,
know, not what you know, and maintaining those relationships because you never know. You know, hey, I got this event, come with me. Which is why, and I'm gonna be honest. This is why I started my collective. Another thing that Dex had said that stuck to me was about being a girl's girl, and I'm as introverted and reserved as I am. I really am a girl's girl. I'm gonna support a girl over a guy any day. If I can band together a bunch of girls to do things together, I will. The past couple months, that's what I've been doing. Was a couple of my girls just hey, I got this going on. This brand reached me out to me to do this, so we know I'm an influencer, we know I'm a content creator. Hey, can y'all come and do this with me? And we all make different content, different views, different perspectives, which is dope for to showcase whatever we got going on, but to support each other as well. So that's the main thing I love, and I want to present as my collective. I don't want to say it's a like, hey, this is a girls only or this is a person of color type thing. Am I going to be pushing it that way? No, but is that kind of my main point and like who I would look out for to work with first? Absolutely. We are
right.
one people of color, two black women, and we're women in general. Yeah, that's the main thing I want to push is the fact that there's so much talent around people that you forget about it. So definitely have your friends around you, support your people, use your network first before anything else.
For sure, for sure. So we're gonna wrap it up. Um, we thank you for tuning in. This one's gonna air on tomorrow, which is a Wednesday. Normally we keep Daily Seven on a Monday, but we had a long weekend. Long, great. Well, I ain't gonna
I needed
say
that,
long, but
I needed that
so
rest last night. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, so we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. As we always say, make sure you follow us on our platforms. Seven Talks. Follow us also on the platforms of our personal Instagrams, and it'll be least listed below as usual. And we appreciate you for your time. And stay tuned to what we got in store for next week.
We have a couple things going on. We have the interviews that are gonna drop, hot takes, our new production that we're doing, focusing on health and relationships. So please stay tuned with that. That will be a guest on every episode. We have our keep watching us every week. Give us your feedback, share with your friends, talk to us, get interactive. We want to know what's up.
Appreciate you for your time, and we out.
Deuces, thank you.